I don't know who you are, and I'm not
My name is
willing
Amy
to.
Gillis. I'm a documentary filmmaker from Canada. You asked me to wait a moment ago. I thought it implied to me that you would actually answer a question for me. I have waited patiently.
I'm not participating in any documentary unless I know who this is.
One question for you. There's been some excellent science done by people in this room about the impact of having salmon farms in close proximity to sheltered inlets where wild salmon pass through, baby wild salmon. Have you considered moving the location of these farms?
We're just asking for one of many migration routes to be cleared of open net cage farms. We just want one way for the fish to get through, just to relieve the pressure and to give them a better chance of making it out to the open ocean past the many farms. We know Fraser River sockeye migrate through here. There's lots of local streams as well. Pink and chum and all kinds of salmon come through this area heavily. And this particular bay, in fact, is one where they like to stop and rest and feed. So we need the farms out if we want to keep our wild salmon.
This is one of two Cermaq-owned farms here in British Columbia where we asked them to relocate out of the wild Salmon Narrows into closed systems away from the migration routes of the sockeye salmon who are coming out of the Fraser River as we speak, and we'll have to run the gauntlet past these farms which spread sea lice and decimate the wild salmon. A couple of days ago we asked Cermaq's CEO Geir Isaksen to move this farm, and he said no.
They've already ruined most of their natural habitat in their waters that are actually theirs. I just don't want them to have ours too.
Yeah!
I'm swimming this particular spot here because this is where the salmon have to come. They have to come through these fish farms, and they don't get to get up and onto a boat afterwards or through it. So basically all I want to say is get out there. Come out, support the Get Out migration. Bring banners, bring cowbells, bring whistles. Do whatever you can, be heard, and maybe if enough people join in and enough people say, hey, this isn't acceptable, maybe something can happen.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
We've just delivered a letter to the CEO of Cermaq asking for his resignation, asking the board of directors of this Norwegian-owned company to replace the board of management because they have failed to deal with the sea lice issue, they've failed to move the two farms from the wild Salmon Narrows, and they've failed to stand up for wild salmon. We're asking Geir Isaksen, the CEO, to be replaced. We're traveling to Norway in a month, to Oslo, to demand that Cermaq adopts better practices here in British Columbia. It respects First Nations rights and it respects wild salmon.